Yes, the Ghanaian Times is reporting this morning, Kojo, there's one that you'll be interested in. Alan, two others filed nominations to contest December 7 presidential poll. And Mr. Chamatin yesterday revealed to the People's Republic, to all of us, all and sundry, our hearing and our understanding, our appreciation, and to the shock and awe. Is it shock and awe of some? Some are still wearing the shock face this morning that a lawyer and a broadcaster by name Kwame Owusu Danso, Elliot, yes, Elliot, right? Yes, has been elected, selected, and approved as his running mate. Because many of us were not aware, we didn't know. Indeed, many of us were eyeing the likes of Abu Sakar Foster and others within the national interest movement or the larger grouping of the alliance. Yes. But it came as a shock to some, surprise to many, and some are still wearing the same shocked face. Could you drop it?
Well, Kwame is a good friend of mine.
Yes, we were given to understand that.
And so, I mean, I certainly have to wish him massive congratulations.
Why do you make it have to wish him?
Yes, I do, because this is a big honor.
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations to Kwame.
We are shocked though. I don't know him so well, so I don't know his pedigree. I don't know what he brings to the ticket. I'm still looking for it.
He's a very smart, very erudite young man, very intelligent, and I think it will be a very interesting race.
I have been given to understand too that he is or was a hip life or hip hop.
Oh, take your Wale Wale and Golo Golo. That's the guy.
That's the song.
Echo.
Yes, he used to be a part of
Echo.
Yes, a musical.
So
he's clearly
multi-talented. Drop the song for
He's clearly multi-talented.
I see. Well, the Ghanaian Times is reporting this morning, illegal mining menace, government orders action against Galamsey, pushes regional ministers, Rex 6 to intensify enforcement efforts nationwide. Organized Labour Associations, CSOs join call to combat illegal mining. And last night, Professor Ajmandia said, in fact, I think he wanted to choose stronger words, but he just settled with, no, this is a non-starter. After going through the statement from the government, which basically says, we have met them, we have evaluated the situation. They should continue with what they are doing. They should step up the enforcement of the laws at the regional level. That is what government said. In fact, the minister explained to us that day here. See, we are saying that we have deployed HALT with a commander. Military team, I remember, we were there. They took us to that Bema camp. We were there. They deployed HOT with a commander. Subsequently, they are deployed, previously, they are deployed Vanguard.
Yes.
HOT, they are deployed 1 and 2. But that apparently did not do the magic. But when we ask regional ministers, some of them that are giving orders for the arrest of people that had no business, including ECG officers alongside. They are the ones who are going to stop. And Winston, apparently, as we have been sitting here and talking, regional ministers have been fighting Galamsey in the eastern region. Including yesterday, what I mentioned, that Pradan. In the Ashanti region, including all the towns that Erastus every day goes to tell us what is happening. In the Bono, now they have separated it. In the Bono region. So it's been happening. The minister says this fight appears to be on the right track, so step it up. Enforce it further. What we have been seeing is already a fight. I didn't know that there was a fight happening. But there was a fight happening. So they are stepping up. To say one is underwhelmed by the statements, I think that it's either it's deliberate and we don't want to fight, so let's just release a bunch of words and pretend that we are doing something. And now I'm even strengthening my thought that Abu Jinapor has no business in that ministry again. He's lost the plot. He doesn't understand the severity of the issues at play. At least, mindful of what the statement that people issued and the groups that have come together, some real sensible thought would have been, hold on a second, what have we been doing truly wrong? Because if these people have been fighting it, the same people, and you call them into the room and tell them that, continue with your fight. You step it up, okay, that's it. And you can read the words. The words are clear here. And it's similar pushes regional ministers, RESEX, to intensify enforcement efforts nationwide. Again, if you read the statement, there's a clear indication that, oh, they've been doing some job already. Everybody in this republic knows that if you are going Kumasi to Accra, Accra to Kumasi, and the people are doing mining by the roadside, and they are regional ministers for those areas, and all that you tell them is intensify, what business do you have to stay in that office? It's either you don't know the scale of the problem, or you are deliberately pretending or acting as if you are doing something, when in reality, in fact, it was Kenashibe who used the expression, it is insanity when you do the same things and expect different results. By no, Kenashibe is diplomatic, so he couldn't use the word insanity. Perfect definition of insanity, as in your brain is not functioning properly. It's when you do the same thing and expect different results.
You know what? Maybe you've missed what's been said. Let's just quickly recap.
There are people who are involved in responsible small-scale mining who have invested millions of cedis and millions of dollars, who are mining responsibly, who are contributing to our national economy, who are employing hundreds and thousands of Ghanaian youth who have committed no crime. So if you announce a ban tomorrow, it means that you have to look at the consequences on the national economy, which obviously will be catastrophic, which will be literally rendering our country bankrupt. So I'm reluctant to give a definitive position on this matter. I think the discussion should go on.
What is new among the things that he said? All these things you are doing, you've been doing it, and stability of water is at 14,000 NTUs. And you say regional ministers, they don't have the capacity. The actions that have been said doesn't satisfy what we are asking for. It just tells you that they don't realize the fact that we are in a crisis. Maybe the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources read the 5 points from the media coalition, because the things he's saying is the same thing. And this, unfortunately, would not deal with the situation that we have at hand.
We will not get the Ghana we want if we fail to fight for it. Our politicians will join all these people doing all these crazy things, these dishonorable things, and loot our state. Their children are abroad. They will make their money enough to buy. I go to politicians, I go to their houses, and I see expensive pure water, imported pure water, VOS. Who is thinking for you? If we do not fight for Ghana, nobody will fight for Ghana. So if you call yourself a Ghanaian, this is a fight to lay down your life for. So within these 2 weeks, Mr. President, it's not going to be talk again. No. The English is too much. We are going to hit the streets. We are going to put 1 million boots on that ground and let everybody know that Ghana does not belong to a very small few who we grace with power only for them to abuse us and destroy the lives of ourselves, our children, and our children's children. Where is the future for Ghana?
Organized labor today decided that 1, an immediate declaration of state of emergency in line with the provisions of the 1992 Constitution, Article 31, the declaration must incorporate the following. A, an order to halt all forms of mining, legal or illegal, in forest reserves and around water bodies. Immediate evacuation of all mining equipment in forest reserves and around water bodies. The deployment of police and military with full orders to remove, destroy all mining equipment and other earth-moving equipment around river bodies and in the forest reserve. 2, the immediate revocation of LI 2462 and the withdrawal of all licenses that have been granted for prospecting in mining in forests and protected reserves and also around water bodies. Establish a special court to prosecute the perpetrators of this horrible crime. Now, this is our firm and resolute position that organized labor would urgently embark on series of demonstrations and a nationwide strike if government fails to address the concerns raised by end of September 2024.
I am very sad, lost for words, because I cannot in my world believe that the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources thinks that the regional ministers have done a good job, and so they should continue. When he was on our network the last time, he said, oh, would evaluate and if there's a need to send the military. If there was ever a time that we had to send the military, okay, to fight Galamsey, that is today. And so if you're asking, okay, so what will RESEC do? And nobody can convince me. Yeah. Regional ministers, we know, okay, there's been times where regional ministers would actually inform the Galamseyers, even that the military is coming, leave. That's what politicians do. So Instead of and this is a minister. Earlier in the day, you had TUC and others threatening to go on a strike if nothing is done. And all you say is that, regional minister. Somebody should get me the voice of Abu Jinapor when he talked about how politicians, and nobody can convince me that he is taking this decision with his eye on December 7. They are not concerned. All they want to, all he's thinking about is the elections.
Yeah.
And so this fallacy of the NPP lost in mining areas because of their fight against Galamsey.
Yeah.
I say it's a fallacy because I've done my own checks and I've realized that, in a lot of the seats that they lost in the center, it was not really Galamsey areas. It was not Galamsey areas. I mean, some of the areas they lost, it wasn't because...
Finally, they only isolate a few of them. So
yes, it was not...
Previously, we got this vote. Now
Yes,
we got this vote.
I've done my analysis. Very soon I'll share those, it's not because of Galamsey. Okay? Today, I agree with you. Abu Jinapor has shown that he must not be Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. Yes. But not just Abu Jinapor.
Yeah.
Where is the Minister of Environment?
Who is even Minister of Environment?
Ophelia Hayford.
As in the Infantsman MP?
Yes.
Okay.
Where is she?
Well.
Where is she? In fact, the Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining was chaired by the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology at the time.
Where is the committee?
Well, that committee has been
In
dissolved.
fact, look, I'm sorry to cut in, Winston. I asked it's about 3 weeks ago when we started this conversation about Galamsey. No, more than 3 weeks ago. About a month ago.
Yeah.
In preparation for the show, I called. And you see, I don't want to make the same mistake I made once that ended us all at NMC. So I'll not mention the name of the minister I called. The cabinet minister, you can figure it out for yourself. And ask them, is there any government institution, organization, committee, task force currently fighting Galamsey? Now, if any minister would have known the answer, it would be this minister I called. He said he would get back to me. I'm still waiting. And now we hear that regional ministers were fighting it. And that
Actively, strongly.
Yeah, and that they are just going to keep doing what they are doing. Well, what they are doing is what has resulted in about 3,000 times more turbidity than is humanly acceptable in 80% of our water bodies. I mean, the water is poisoned under the current method of fighting Galamsey that is being employed by this government. The water is poisoned under that method. So why are we continuing or ramping up that same method? You see, these people don't take us seriously.
But
are they not getting it? Is there anything more important than our water?
Yes.
In other parts of the world, if they discover that the activity of one organization, doesn't matter how big the conglomerate is, is resulting in negative effects on their environment, they'll shut you down.
And the fines you pay.
Hey!
And you will struggle to exist even going to the future.
In fact, you yourself,
if you conglomerate with other sections elsewhere, countries will start taking a cue from them and be investigating.
But as for us, we are protected. We are saying that they are contributing to our economy. What is that contribution?
But you, Minister, we have put you in place to make sure that you ensure our welfare. You appear to be more interested in protecting somebody's business interest than the collective interest of the state. Who do you represent?
So let me ask, what is that contribution? What is it? I mean, how much do we make as a country from small-scale miners? What's the figure? What is it? Someone should tell us. What's the figure? How much is it we are making that we will go bankrupt? He used the word bankrupt. We will go bankrupt if we shut down small-scale mining to save our water. When we were going through COVID,
yes,
we were told that we know how to bring back the economy. We don't know how to bring back human lives. What happened to that? What happened to that way of thinking? That certain things are more important. What happened to that? Economy narawaka. How much of it is left that we are willing to risk all our water bodies
and our health
For what?
So let's just say we continue business as usual. And there's a part of it that is suggested in the statement. Kojo, I'm reading paragraph 2. The meeting adopted additional measures at tackling the age-old, that's as described, national problem of illegal small-scale mining, into bracket Galamsey, through a comprehensive approach. This is the comprehensive approach. Government will continue with the dual strategy of reformative measures and strict enforcement. The regional ministers, alongside their respective security councils, have been mandated to intensify actions within their various jurisdictions to contain incidents of illegal small-scale mining. Additionally, the Minerals Commission will enhance our reformative efforts, particularly through ramping up the establishment of responsible and legal community mining schemes. We have told you that name, community mining, you've heard from Reverend Fathers, you've heard from Erastus, is just a synonym for another terrible Galamsey happening. How many times will you have to tell? That's what I'm saying. Abu Jinapor has lost touch with the reality on the ground. Abu Jinapor apparently perhaps is not being briefed on the reality. He's tired. I'm sure he's been in government for way too long. He should find somewhere to sit so that a more energetic and reasonable person who understands the reality on the ground will lead this fight. He has no business continuing in office. We know as for Akufo-Addo, if you advise him to remove the person, he will wait till when it is no longer useful to do so. But this is about our lives, our future. We are destroying what will safeguard the future of this country. We have terribly thrown the economy into the gutter. We are struggling to merely survive on the few things that we have. Please do not add the destruction of the environment to it. But it's obvious that Abu does not have enough respect for even the TUC that issued that statement. He doesn't care about the Reverend Fathers, the Cali Bishops Conference, the Christian Council, or who went out there on that stage of the media coalition against illegal mining to go and say something drastic ought to be done. This is not only the opposite of something drastic. This is basically saying, to hell with all of you and what you are saying. We are continuing with business as usual. Anybody who thinks like this should not be in the position to be making decisions for the rest of us.
No,
because the people who is considering making a decision really has very little to do with the rest of us.
Where is the Minister for Environment Sensitive?
Well, I have no idea.
No, where is she this morning? Like, where is she? What is she doing today to earn her salary? Where is she? Why? What was the exactly what advantage did the president believe he was bringing to that sector by appointing her? Or did he just give her the post as a reward? Because if it's a reward there, then of course you don't expect her to work. You expect her to enjoy. Anna. Look, let's get on with it, okay? Let's not get depressed.